And now, for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hip or Critical, with your guides, Alexamke and MoKE, Shock the MoKE, MoKE, where we praise and vent on all things that in the end just don't matter. How you doing, Alexamke?
I'm good. How are you, Dave?
Fantastic. Just as we talked about, we're getting our Wisconsin winter, all 3 months of it in 2 weeks. So
Yes, we are. So I'm gonna start us off with some bubbles. So we got a couple of things to talk about. So unfortunately we have to start with a couple of passings. Larry King passed away. He passed of COVID, which kind of sucks.
at that age, to get COVID gets you again.
Well, what did he have? Like 17 heart attacks, 12
Yeah.
children,
Just as
49
many wives,
grandchildren.
which should kill you by then anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, no, he
17,
held on.
17
Wow.
wives too he had or something.
He did. Yeah, it was that many, I think. You know, but man, oh man, he was still kicking at the end. But I know that there was some Hooskows, that the girl he was in court things with the girl that was taking his latest girlfriend or wife. She was taking him to the cleaners. The kids were getting involved. I know there was a whole hoopla with that again.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
He was a good interviewer, good guy. Poor
Yeah,
poor
he knew a lot
Larry.
of people again. Everybody knew him, everybody knew Larry King, and we lost, who was the other big guy with the cowboy hat that we lost just in the last year, I think, too, that Don Imus. That was
Oh,
another
I
big,
hated
big,
Imus. He was
yeah, I
an
know.
idiot.
Amish in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, he was not a
Good
big,
riddance, not
but,
R.I.P.
but yeah, you bigger guy, even like, excellence in broadcasting. Rush have been having troubles, and
Mm-hmm.
so there's some big hitters that, radio guys, and been on the radio a long time. We're just in that age where the people we know are starting to pass, like Hal Holbrook.
We're
Every
old.
time you
Yes,
turn,
Hal. Mark
oh yeah,
Twain.
yeah, he was even in a Dirty Harry movie. He was. What else was he in that I saw? It was like when I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He
Yeah.
just show up here and there. His Sons of Anarchy, he popped up in.
Did he really? That's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And then we lost a local Screech, a local celebrity of sorts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
What's his name? Diamond?
Dustin Diamond,
Dustin Diamond.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know he had some troubles, and he did go to jail for stabbing a guy, but I think it was kind of like a guy was getting in his face. So, the guy probably deserved it a little bit.
Nobody deserves to be stabbed. Come on.
I don't know. I don't know what he was saying to him. So,
Yeah, he still doesn't deserve to be stabbed. I think Dustin had some other like drug problems and stuff.
there
So
was some of that too, but
yeah.
he kept on trying to do it better. But again, like anything, just that child stardom thing gets another one. Really,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
psychological part of it all, and and such. But this thing, man, it was just like I actually, because Screech is local guy, he's in the news, and we're always in the news. You pick up on his ear when you hear his name, and it was a month ago. He goes, yeah, I'm just hurting all over. I'm going to the doctors. They don't know what it is. I hope it's nothing bad. They say it's not COVID. I mean, I can remember reading this article, a month ago. And then it was like his whole body hurt. The doctors are running tests. They think it might be cancer. Then all of a sudden it was cancer. Then the next thing you hear, he's in the hospital and he's gone. I mean, this was a 3 weeks thing since he kind of like knew what was going on. That's fast, man.
Well, some cancers can get you really fast, so that's why it's kind of important to keep up on your health.
Oh man, it's
But
like what kind of signs did he have that you were going to die in a month? You know what I mean? If you're out running around, and you know what I mean? I don't know. It just kind of seems like that one was just, it's just, you don't want to, you certainly don't want someone to drag anything on. I
right.
get that. And I've got an ex that's going through 5 rounds of chemo on some stubborn things, and she's had removed, and she's fighting it, and been doing that for 10 years now. She's been fighting it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, things are a lot better with cancer now. The survival rates are just, astronomical compared to what they used to be,
But some
and
of some of the treatments are still the same.
yeah,
Radiation and chemo. So
Yeah. But people
Yeah.
know to be better health and all that other kind of stuff. But but they're catching them quicker, and that's what's stopping a lot of these and
Yeah,
prolonging
yeah, for
them.
sure. And then we
Yeah.
lost another great who I didn't have in the show notes. We lost Hank Aaron.
Oh yeah,
Hammer and
Cameron
Hank.
Hank. Yeah. It
Yeah.
seems that's been the last couple of weeks now too. Wow, what a great guy that people came out and poured out for him too as well.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go to more happy things. It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and it's the old. He saw a shadow. There's gonna be 6 more weeks of winter. Yay!
You
Oh,
know what?
that's the bad part. Oh no, I like that.
No, no. I mean, the thing is nobody believes in that anyway. But the funny thing is we get the movie, and so Sky Network in the UK, basically all they did was play Groundhog Day on a loop.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's a great take on that movie. Fantastic. Watching him play Jeopardy, going through the 10 steps of, of acceptance denial, you know what I mean? Him driving off the cliff,
yeah.
it's just
No,
a
that's a
lot of fun.
classic.
Yeah, a lot of fun in that movie, definitely.
Yeah,
Now, he
yeah,
also was really good in Scrooge, a very good overlooked Christmas movie, Scrooge,
yeah,
Bill
for
Murray.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bill Murray in general is just great.
Did
Well,
we ever talk about how him and Anthony Bourdain was supposed to eat with some local guy at the chef's place in Hudson, and the guy says, "Hey, the one guy can't make it, but I got somebody else coming." And when he gets there, Bill Murray's there waiting for him to eat, and so you have two guys that are in awe of each other, talking to each other. Like Bill Murray can't believe he's eating with Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain can't believe he's eating with Bill Murray. That's all you can see out of this whole thing.
that's
Just
really cool. I
both of
haven't
them
seen
just
that.
having this
That's really
awe.
awesome.
Yeah, and who again? We lost Anthony Bourdain, but he's still on the channel. So yeah, you got to find him. That's a great show.
Yeah,
Great.
it is. It really is. So it's also Black History Month. So yay. It's time to of course they use the shortest month of the year for Black History Month. So I forget what channel it was, but they said they were gonna honor Black History Month from like January 29th to the end of December or the end of February. So
Give him a full month.
yeah, give them a full month. So I thought that was cool. And speaking of Black History Month, I found this thing. It's called Bronze Box Gifts. It's bronzeboxgifts.com. And they put together gift boxes that are Milwaukee based. This is a Milwaukee based company. And so 20% all of their proceeds go to MKE Black. So that is like a business charity. They help out people who are starting up black businesses. So I ordered one. So when that comes, we're going to do an unboxing.
All
So,
right.
yeah. So
They actually, I can't remember what it was. Where I was watching some of the national news one night, and they were talking about the revitalization with ramp up on the Black History Month, and they pointed out the Phoenix area here in Milwaukee. So it was kind of nice to see a little recognition on that for the
oh, that was on
national
the
level.
national news. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So
No, that's cool. So then, so speaking of things that are brown, I bought crap loads of chocolate. So I ended up ordering from a place called Olive Tree, and then something
what
like
got you on this chocolate kick?
Okay, so I go and I buy chocolate, and so if you buy like almond bark, they never have lots of almonds in it, and half the time they don't even have whole almonds; they have pieces. Or if you buy stuff, it's just like doesn't taste right. It doesn't taste like chocolate anymore. So I bought
Not
really,
homemade. It's not homemade that you remember around the holidays.
you know what? It's not even that. It's just not good chocolate. So I ended up ordering all this chocolate. So I ordered like the Guitard and the Valrhona and the Calabar and all of these other chocolates. So we've been doing chocolate tasting. So when they came, they're like little palettes, paillettes, they call them. And it was really fascinating because the first one I ordered was a Valrhona chocolate, and I think it's called Mangiare. And it's almost like wine tasting. So it had like fruity notes and then a little bit more of a bitter aftertaste. And it wasn't like a high cocoa content. It was like it was dark chocolate, but it wasn't like a 70%. It was only like like 58% or 56% or something. It's like, this isn't quite right for what I want, but it'd be good for like dipping fruits. So, we did dipped apricots. Oh my God, they turned out so good. And
Dipped
then,
apricots.
yeah, apricots.
Hey, listen, I'm up for dipping anything in chocolate. When there's a chocolate fountain around, I actually at the Golden Corral had a chocolate fountain, and I grabbed some of the cotton candy and put it under that chocolate fountain. My golly.
Dave's high class stuff there.
Chocolate covered cotton candy, man. That's it.
There you go. We'll have to try the chocolate covered cotton candy. I don't know how that works. Probably like that raccoon in that one video.
Yeah,
Where'd it
yeah.
go? But so
Chutney
then
and
a couple of the other
burnt
chocolates
chutney.
we bought. The Guitard had a La Nuit Noir, and it's really kind of a mild vanilla chocolate. And so Roger's been craving malted milk balls. So we bought bare malted milk balls from nuts.com. You should see how big the bag is. It's like a pound of them because they don't weigh anything. It's a massive bag. It's like a bag of popcorn.
Right.
Yeah, so we bought that, and then we did like these bars, and oh my God, first of all, we tempered the chocolate perfectly, and it was just so good to have a good balance of milk ball to chocolate, because like now they're doing all these malted milk balls, and they're like, gobstoppers, but the malted milk ball in the middle is this big, and I don't need 3 times the chocolate so it's a better
Twice
balance.
the sandwich and too much chocolate. Boy, this is just too bad. You really, they gave me too much sandwich and too much chocolate.
No.
This is
Well,
why
it's
I don't let
crappy
you rant
chocolate
about
though.
No, it's when it's crappy chocolate, that can be true. Yeah, you do want the malted milk, the
Yeah.
chocolate, just a coating. It's supposed to be a coating, right?
Exactly. It's like, so that turned out really good. So I'll be talking about this because I bought so much chocolate. We're probably going to do 3 rounds of chocolate making.
Oh,
But we're learning things. So
oh. Hey, yeah, I mean, that easy recipe for fudge. I love making it with just sweetened condensed milk and marshmallows and a bag of chips, and I've been adding other stuff to that, and peanut butter chips and things like that. Easy to fudge. And the girls actually made, speaking of the sweetened condensed milk that she had read online, and her sister, and so they put it in a crock pot during the day and got caramel when came home. It was caramel.
oh, that's
Just,
fascinating. That's kind of cool.
it just kept the whole can sealed, the whole 9 yards. You just throw it in the crock pot for a whole day, and when you come back, you have caramel. It's just weird as
There
shit.
you go. Well, and I'm trying to eat healthier, and here I am eating
I
garbage.
tried. Hey, I am a chocolate. The reason I ask about chocolate is because I'm a chocolate nut. I mean, I am. I'm a fiend when it comes to it. I have the Hershey's are the best. Open, usually
What?
pack
Them's fighting
of
words.
have
What did you just say? Say it again.
Hershey's. I think they're Hershey. I'll have to go look. I have to get. I remember who it was.
No.
But there's a dark chocolate one that I like. No, I can't. It's not because it's not Betty Crocker. I don't think. But there's a dark chocolate compared to them. And but I keep it in the fridge. They're the chips, and at night I wake up, get a drink of water, put a handful of chips in my hand, and eat them as I go back to bed. So yeah, I keep chips in the fridge.
I don't keep chips in the fridge. I keep chips where they belong in the cupboard. So we need to talk about some hooey. Yeah.
That wasn't what that was, Hooey.
Well, you're talking hooey, but we need to talk about some hooey. So, okay, I was talking about the chocolate. It's kind of like tasting wine because some of them are nuttier, some of them are more vanilla, some of them have fruity taste, and they all are different. They really are. But, reading the back of boxes sometimes, the marketing guys are really getting to you, right? So, I bought cookies. So these are supposed to be plant-based cookies, but they're cookies nonetheless.
Right.
So I'm gonna read you the back of the box, and
Oh
I'm
boy.
gonna show
It's like
Dave
that
as I'm
dog
reading the
food
back of this box.
commercial where what's your dog eating and
Yeah. So I just want to say that this has 7 grams of fat. 4.5 of those are saturated fat. Now I love these; they're really good, but I'll only eat a couple at a time. And they have 21 grams of carbs. They don't have any fiber to speak of, and 10 grams are added sugars, which is a lot. I try to find stuff that's under 6 grams of sugar.
this just says nature on it.
Right. So we're going to talk about what it says on the back, and I'm going to put the camera on you so you can respond to what I'm saying here. So here's Dave's response. Since 1960, Back to Nature has been creating great tasting food inspired by nature and enjoyed by the whole family. Our line of plant-based snacks features high-quality ingredients like seeds, nuts, whole grains, and wheat flour at the base of our delicious products. We carefully select each ingredient and never use high fructose corn syrup or hydrogenated oils. Other than real honey, in our plant-based snacks, we avoid any ingredients sourced from animals. Our promise has always been and always will be to create foods that are simply delicious, simply good. Fudge striped cookies. Our fudge striped cookies may look fancy, but you can enjoy them at any time you want a little bit of decadence. Once you taste our golden crisp shortbread, drizzled and dipped with just the right amount of fudge, you'll find yourself reaching for just one more. Also try our other cookies, crackers, granola, and nuts. You can smile, knowing that the delicious goodness makes a difference.
Wow.
Hooey.
Wow.
Hooey. It's all...
I heard fats and saturated and yeah, boy, well, I'm glad you don't have to sit and read all that before you got the cookies. See, nobody reads that. There's so much writing, and they go, oh, there's a lot of fun writing on here. I'll buy the cookies and read them at home. And then you read it at home and go, what the hell? Am I going to read this? I would have bought it.
Well, okay, so then I'm going to go through the ingredients. It's unbleached flour, fudge coating, which is cane sugar, palm kernel oil, cocoa powder, sunflower lecithin, more cane sugar, palm oil, sea salt, leavening, which is baking soda, soy lecithin, and natural flavor. This is not good for you. It's not a healthy food. But it's like they make it seem like it's wholesome and healthy and plant-based and, unbleached flour. Also, unbleached flour is highly processed flour that's, unbleached.
Yeah. Yeah, they had they actually, I saw something on TV with a guy who's got the niche business. It was one of those Sunday morning shows. It's a difference between stone ground wheat and milled wheat, because there's something that gets lost in there that you don't get lost when you stone ground it. So
right.
These guys have all the stone grounding,
mm-hmm.
They've got a niche, on that, So.
Yeah, they usually take the germ out of it when they do the milled wheat.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Germ. Yeah, that's right. The germ. Hooey.
It's all hooey. I was reading that and I'm like, I'm sitting there going, oh man, their marketing department must get paid a lot of money.
That old double speak crap in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And they may be vegan, but they're not healthy.
You want both.
So you finally finished Mandalorian. Let's move on.
I did. I finished Mandalorian, and I don't know what is it that you didn't like it, or you were because I thought it was great. I love the Jabba Fett, the Jenga, getting in there, and his ship and I'm gonna spoil it. Turn down your radio if you don't want to know.
Okay, Dave's making a spoiler. Everybody, turn your head.
Go do the earmuffs, blah la 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 la. But seeing Luke show up was fine for me. It was like kind of like, oh yeah, might as well, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna call out to somebody, might as well be Luke,
Well, and my coworker, to be fair, because I said it was kind of slow at first, and I don't know, I was okay with it. It wasn't like, oh my god, I gotta see the next installments, but. She said she cried like a baby at the end.
I think Chrissy teared up a little bit. She was so excited seeing Luke there. She just got nuts on that. Now, the other thing I liked is that just about the show in general is that every time he meets another Mandalorian with armor on, they're not a Mandalorian, so to speak. Every time he's like, take that off, and he ends up letting him wear it anyway. Well,
and the thing is
take off his helmet now after being told, we all have our things we do. We toe our line, and
this is the way.
I saw that. I was in a bathroom, and something had changed something to anvil crest or something, and then somebody had a little sign that said, "It is the way." So is the way, or it is the way. And I'm like, hey, a Mandalorian reference, and you're in the bathroom while I'm taking a urinal.
Right, right. Yeah, no, it's like it was okay. Like I said, I'm not looking forward to seeing more of them. If they ended it there, but they are going to have more. So, and then they're going to have the Boba
Well,
Fett. Um,
Grogu is gone right now, so
yeah.
we may never see Grogu again.
No,
We
I
may
think we'll
take.
see Grogu again because they're going to do the Boba Fett spin-off. So Mando's got to have something to do.
Well,
So
but he's got the black sword now. That's all I could think of is that there's going to be a whole next year, because Boomer, Katie from Sackhoff from Battlestar Galacta, Starbuck, I mean Starbuck from Battlestar Galacta, Katie Sackhoff, which I love every time she pops up and stuff. She was in Longmire as well, which again a disgusting ending to that, but whatever.
isn't it horrible? We get invested and then we hate the ending.
So, but she was supposed to take this sword. Now he's got the black sword. Here, take it, give it. No, we can't take it that way. And he's still alive. Gus from Breaking Bad, Gus Fring, is the Grand Moff or whatever, right?
Right, right,
It's,
yeah.
so
Yeah, and he's still alive. It's like that
he's
that
still
pissed me
alive.
off. Kill him already.
It's not the way.
Yes, yes, that is the way. If you have somebody who's going to come back and be a baddie, you kill them.
I always like how that's the classic MO for every TV show. And as you watch westerns, as you watch SWAT, as you watch anything, movies, it's like the 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 good guys come in and they'll shoot everybody in sight without question. When the bad guys come up, they always stop shooting and want to capture them and not kill them until they start talking to them. The old Batman thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
What's up
could
with
just
that?
shoot you, but I'm going to put you in this cup and then have hot coffee pour on you and let you die that way, or dip you in wax, or no, these guys killed everybody on the way in here. Just shoot them.
Exactly. Okay, we're coming for the baddest of the bad guys, but no, let's let that guy go or live or something.
Well, you just go to the dark side, then you don't want to do that. Yes, feel it come through you.
Excellent.
Well, speaking of evil, yes, the Night Stalker Ramirez doc came out on Netflix, and I watched that. And then after I was done with that, I'm like, well, that's you also might like Ted Bundy. So I went into the Ted Bundy doc. Oh my gosh, seeing those back to back, you just question everything about how many people even are out there serial killing today, or what I mean. It's like they couldn't get these guys. They're falling over themselves. You wonder how they get anybody. But things
Yeah.
all got better because of those things, because of those. There is now interstate information, and there's a database, and all those things that there should have been but weren't then. So yeah, I mean, you have to have something has to bottom out before it gets better, like anything, right?
Right.
I always talk about that, and those things bottomed out, crime and how police departments handle it, and then it made them do a better job. So, oh, my goodness, though. But boy, the fact that you can watch those two docs back to back and still come out without you know, driving off a cliff or something like that, so it must be okay.
Did you watch the Gianni Versace Stalker biopic when
No, I
that
didn't see the
came out?
Versace one. No, no, that was the one that got shot on the steps by the kid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was really it was kind of like a biopic, not really, it wasn't a documentary, but it was really fascinating. And the guy who played, Gianni Versace's killer, what did such a good job. He was so creepy. He was like, because he didn't just kill Gianni Versace, he killed a number of people, and And I think it was 4 deaths by the time he was done and got caught. So that was pretty interesting.
It's tough to think of as mass murder or serial killing because I mean they got that kid that just shot that whole family. His pregnant girlfriend, the dad, the mom, the kids. The guy just went off. So
yeah, you just wonder what snaps in somebody's brain.
It's just and that's the Ted Bundy thing. I mean I understand Ramirez. It's one of those things where you can go to childhood and all that everything, but the Ted Bundy thing, you really. Just the 2 lives that were in his head are just fascinating, absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
You almost, if nothing else, that's why I don't like the death penalty, because I think sooner or later you can extract information out of these guys. And if you haven't watched Netflix Mind Hunters, you certainly should. It's like based on like the beginning of profiling killers.
Oh, like the psychological profiling?
Yeah. It was like 2 guys and started talking to these guys, and because think about that. Every time you see something on TV and you look at it, a crime, and you look at that, and you go, I just want to talk to the guy going, why? I want to ask him, what are you thinking? I'm one of those guys who thinks that anytime you kill someone, your defense is insanity because it's insane to kill someone. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't know that law.
Right. Yeah, no. But people are,
insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, something goes in their brain. Speaking of insanity, so I didn't see Justice League when it came out in 2017. But Zack Snyder's got his director's cut of Justice League that's going to be released next month.
It is going to be. See it. They've been talking about it for a year. He had it, and they didn't know if they're going to let it out. It's been circulating. People have seen it, and they weren't sure if they're going to just let it out because they didn't want to, crush the other one. But I suppose time has gone enough that they've milk the other one all out as much as they could.
Exactly. So yeah, they're going to release it March 2021. It's going to be on HBO Max, and I don't know if they're going to do it theatrical. I think they're going to do a theatrical release, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, okay.
It's supposed to be really good. That's supposed to be a lot better. So yeah.
Well, and it's got Jared Leto in it as the Joker.
No,
which I don't think was in the original one, was he?
No. He only was in Suicide Squad, and that movie did so bad that they pulled him out of everything after that. They stopped.
Well, and that's when we got.
Which they're going to reboot Suicide Squad now with everybody, new people again. Try it over.
Yeah, I think the only one hanging on is Harley Quinn. So
right, Margot.
Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
From
but
the characters,
Birds of Prey. We talked about that. Birds of Prey. I didn't appreciate it.
I thought Birds of Prey was a good girl power movie. I mean, it had a lot of action and there were some things that tied in. They did some clever things. I don't think it was a stellar. It was entertaining.
Right. But I thought it was trying to be too old school Batman. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, because old school Batman's pretty corny. It was a little corny, but it wasn't that corny.
Yeah, see what I mean? I think it went at 51%. It just went yeah.
All right.
I'm interested in seeing that. All right, bubbles for internet. Right?
We're gonna do some bubbles for the internet. All righty. So, did you see the Wall Street bets?
Oh yeah. Hey, Cost was one of those too with Game Boy. Cost went up from
it was
$20 million
GameStop,
value to $300
not Game Boy,
million.
GameStop.
GameStop, yeah.
GameStop, AMC, and yeah, Cost was part of it. There were a couple other ones. So I'm on Reddit. I don't make any. I'm on Reddit all the time, and I started seeing that when that started coming up, and it was actually really fun to watch people posting about them, how they were getting these hedge fund guys.
Yeah.
So, do you know much about like selling short?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know what they're trying to make the stock go down. So these guys got together and made the stock go up.
Yeah.
Because people were betting on it to go down, and they didn't appreciate that.
What a hedge fund does is, so when they're selling short, what a lot of people don't understand, when you're selling short, what they're doing is, so let's say they buy stock, and you own that stock. That's your stock that they've purchased, and they purchase it, say, for $10 a share. And then what they do is they they end up selling the stock when it's up so they can make the money back. But you still own the stock technically, but now you don't have it because they've sold it off. It's gone. They sold it at, let's say, $15 a share. So if you want that stock back, they've got to find another stock to buy. And hopefully when they buy it back and you want it, it's down again. So what happened was they had sold off all this stock, and that the Reddit, Wall Street Bets people, the subreddit, basically started driving up the price. And these people didn't have the stocks that they had on paper. They owed these people this money.
Right. Borrowed. That's the whole thing with the borrowed money.
Yeah. And so they ended up billions and billions and billions of dollars short. Literally short.
It's like that Trading Places thing a little bit like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of, they talk about that. That's one of the memes they had. It's like really funny. I mean, it's like, it's not funny, but it is, because they have basically exposed the underbelly of Wall Street, which is, they're there to prey on investors, not billionaire investors,
just
but
take their cut, and that's what was fun with the thing. Oh, you just lost $3 billion, and here's $600.
Yeah, but it's like
your relief.
it's going to be interesting to see if there's any more regulation that comes out of this, or what happens, because every time something happens with the stock market, it goes back to business as usual. So it's kind of frustrating.
Slap hands, write some regulations, and find a new way around it. That's all it is. Well, I mean, but the little stories, like the kid who his mom or grandma had bought him like 10 shares for his birthday, 5 years ago, and and it's just worth 30,000 now or something, and and some kid who had saw the Reddit thing and had a gift card for something, and he turned that into $10,000 or something. So I mean, there's little fun things like that are coming out of it, which I can certainly appreciate.
Yeah, well, there was one person, they paid off some debt, and somebody else's debt. It wasn't their debt, and then I guess part of it, they ended up funding somebody's retirement. And I forget what business it was. One of the businesses ended up funding their retirement. And the weird thing to come out of it, and that I read about AMC, is AMC had quite a bit of debt. And so when they ran up AMC was able to pay back their debt and some other stuff, and then still resell stock. And so now AMC may survive, whereas before this whole Wall Street Bets thing happened,
they may not have. They said AMC has actually said they're solid. They're okay to weather everything right now.
Because there was something where there was some debt forgiveness that happened because of them paying back some stuff where they don't have to pay back some of this other debt, and so now they have a cash position, which they didn't before, especially with COVID.
Yeah. Someone's gonna have to show me the downside of all this fun.
There's gonna be a downside. There's always a downside.
There's hell to pay. There's always magic. Always has its price.
Yeah. So the fun thing that happened though out of everything was after the inauguration, Bernie sitting there with his coldness and his little mittens. That became such a meme. That was so much fun.
It is. I did pre-order the bobblehead online, the mittens one from the National.
Dave's gonna have an unboxing.
Yeah, Hall of Fame bobblehead, Hall of Fame bobblehead store. So it's him sitting in the chair with the mittens. I'm gonna send it to my daughter. It'll be for her. She's a big Bernie fan. So, but I got that, and the memes. Well, they were still coming in a few here, still straggling here and there that I like and everything. And
I saw your Dick Bacon one you put up there. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that one showed up today.
So if anybody doesn't know who Dick Bacon is, if you're from Milwaukee, you're probably not old like we are. Dick Bacon was the guy who would always go out to the nude beach and get super tan. So the meme that Dave had posted was basically the mittens over his nether regions. Which I thought was hilarious.
Big mitten. Must be a big guy there. He's a big mitten.
So, yeah. And then following the inauguration, they actually banned the corporate account. Twitter banned the My Pillow Guy corporate account along with the My Pillow Guy.
Well, yes. Well, he's a big shouter of the voting things machines being futzed around with, and I think they're going to sue him as well.
Yeah,
You know,
Twitter
for
actually, Jack Dorsey is probably going to sue the My Pillow guy because he was accusing Twitter and Jack Dorsey of election fraud, which Twitter is just a social media platform, and boy, those guys were fine to use it for their means, but
I know. Well, he was the one again that had the piece of paper that was talking about martial law and everything. And for once, like we were talking about Trump, he ushered in for Trump, and Trump ushered him out.
yeah.
And meanwhile, Trump had five good lawyers left because they didn't want to take on his case the way he wanted it done, and two guys that have pretty much done nothing but traffic court so far are taking over.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So you had another aside here.
Well, yes, for the My Pillow guy, the rumor mill had it when the My Pillow guy got there that Jane Karakowski, yeah, from 30 Rock, and Jane well, I can't remember what her last name is. She's on Name That Tune now, the blonde,
Okay.
and who has got Randy Jackson on it too, who looks like
Randy
Skeletor.
Jackson,
Yeah,
who's all skinny and Skeletor
oh
like.
my gosh, and he is over there on the piano yapping and talking as a sideman, and he's worse than he was on, on American Idol. It's like he's just, I don't know. It's a weird show. I enjoy the show because I like Name That Tune. I like music, but those two together are not doing anything to show any good. So anyway,
No
Jane,
chemistry, huh?
Jane was supposed to have been in a torrid love affair for 9 months with this My Pillow guy.
Well, who
And
said she was?
okay, well, Daily Mail, my favorite Daily Mail,
Oh, Daily Mail, forget that
and
noise.
sources,
Dave and his classy food and his classy media sources.
I always check them. I double check.
Classy.
But again, so I'm calling it a rumor. I didn't say anything. I call it a
Okay, all right.
rumor. I
All
did
right.
call it a rumor.
Allegedly a
Uh,
rumor.
right, for 9 months, and everybody was just like, everybody's aghast, and Twitter was like, "Oh my gosh, is there a way to unlearn something? Let you know that these two are going out."
Eye
Uh,
bleach.
yeah, exact brain bleach. Oh, the president again thought that was a good idea. Clean the inside, and has never ex-president, and but she came out. He said he's never met her, doesn't even know who she is. She says he's never met her, doesn't even know who he is. She did release a statement though, saying that she's not or had never been in any relationship with him, romantic or otherwise. She is, however, in full-fledged fantasy relationships with Brad Pitt, Regé-Jean Page for Bridgerton. I didn't know who that guy was, and Kermit the Frog, and welcomes any and all coverage on those. Uh,
Well,
those
Miss Piggy's going to be
affairs.
a little bit pissed off.
Yeah, if she sees any pictures, that's
Oh
for sure.
yeah.
Hiya!
Yeah. Miss Pig, you don't mess with Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy's for real. Yep. So
So a fun little side. Oh.
So speaking about Miss Piggy and eating, do you read recipes on the internet?
I do. Join me for more. And but I when they get the overhead camera and they're adding all this stuff in the bowl, it's hard not to watch sometimes.
Oh, you're talking about YouTube. No, I'm talking about just reading a blog with recipes.
No, when I need something, I just look it up and find the Betty Crocker or Allspice one or whatever the first
Okay, all
four at the
right.
top.
So like, I look for recipes for different things. And so my rant is about recipes
Oh,
on
how
the
you
internet.
find vegan recipes?
It doesn't matter whether they're vegan or not. So these people do these blogs with these recipes, and because they're trying to get eyeballs on there forever, first of all, they tell you the whole life story about how they
Oh
came to
yeah,
develop this recipe.
all the recipes, right? Yeah, I'm like, I know. You got to scroll down to what do I need? What do I need? And what to set the oven at? That's all I want.
Yeah, all I want is the damn recipe. If I'm looking through a cookbook, I open the page, there's a recipe. I. didn't have to read about how they fed it to their children and their dog and their neighbor across the street.
Saffron was used in ancient Egypt with.
Yeah, exactly. So not only that, Not only that, so you're sitting there scrolling through the recipe, sign up for our newsletter. Click. Oh, wait, here's a little video. Click. Now here's a banner ad. Click. Oh, you're scrolling through. Here's pictures of the recipe. Oh, now here's another ad. Click. And there are a few of them that have jumped to the recipe. You jump to the recipe and you still get sign up for our newsletter. Click. Get on our email list. Click. It's like, all I want is the recipe. Just the recipe. Just, 5 simple ingredients. How about I get to those 5 simple ingredients without having to click 17 times?
No, right. No money in that. There's no clickbait in that.
Oh my God. And then of course they have to have the affiliate links. So if you want to order the silicone mold they put this in, or the tofu press that they used, they get Amazon kickback for that. So yes, please just give me a damn recipe.
No, I've already done that where, I understand your frustration on that. That is a laugh. I'm laughing about it. But I have done I take a quick picture of that so I don't have to go look up the recipe anymore, on my phone. I'll just do the quick screenshot of it. So I have a photograph of that. Now I just zoom down to it, take the photograph. Now, if I need to go back and read anything, I still got that over there. But yes, I know what you mean. It's like, where is it?
I know. It's just so stupid.
Where do I put the oven at? Did I had this stuff before or after? Why do I need 8 bowls?
For the 5 ingredient recipe, you needed 8 bowls.
8 bowls somehow. Somehow there's 10 dirty in my kitchen when I'm done. Somehow.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Let's get some bubbles going. There we go. So did you see that Evers mask mandate may stay in place?
Well, the Republicans want to redact it, but they're going to lose $50 million or something in food vouchers. So they're trying to figure a way to circumvent that now.
Right. So they want to strike down the mask mandate because, Evers is overstepping. But if they do it...
People are already doing that. No, they're not. That's why the businesses want you to do this, so they can yell at people when they come in the door and they don't have it.
Yeah, so that the government has their back.
Right.
And it's like, so, and I've got a little fun fact to go with all of this, too.
Not about cops enforcing it.
No. Cops won't enforce it because they're a bunch of Republicans and they don't want to enforce it. Hell, they don't even want to wear one. Right. I'm not going to say all cops, some cops. But, so yeah, now they're looking to try to figure out a finagle way of still getting the money and taking the masks away, which is stupid. I mean, and here's my fun fact. 2/3 of the deaths in Wisconsin have happened over the last month. 2/3 of the deaths in Wisconsin have happened over just the last month.
You're talking about that way and how many shows, doubling that can happen.
Yeah, that's the exponential growth. And so, let's repeal the mask mandate when we need it most. I mean, seriously, who this is the pro-life group.
How do you not think it's the same thing as smoking inside? I don't understand how, secondhand
wearing
smoke.
shoes.
Yeah.
Just, shoes, no shirt, no service. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
It's like,
overstepping his boundaries. People are already doing it. No, they're not.
No.
They're not.
No. It irritates the hell out of me because I'm already only going to the grocery store once every 2 weeks and not stepping in a store unless I absolutely, absolutely have to. I would like my life to return to some normalcy. So once everybody gets vaccinated, we still need to wear masks. It's like, yeah.
My folks are setting up for our every 10 years we have our time capsule party.
Yeah, that's right. You were telling me about that.
And they're setting it for August already. And I'm like, why are we scheduling something yet? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't feel we're all not vaccinated. Okay. You're anticipating we are going to be vaccinated by then. That's a tough thing to grasp when it's been around for a year, that you're going to say, well, we're all going to anticipate being, vaccinated by August. Well, that's a big thing. Everybody, are we going to mandate it? Are we going to make make people show us a voucher when they come to our party.
Yeah.
Because if not, then I could still have it. I could still give it to someone who's not. I don't know. I don't know when this right time will be where I can go back into a concert or a crowded bar or a bunch of people and shaking hands and making hugs. I don't know when that'll be.
Well, and they're
But
saying 18 months to 2 years before we're back to normal from
yeah,
now.
well, the herd, right? The
Yeah.
herd immunity
The herd
really is taking
immunity.
hold.
So, but I've got tickets for Overture next month and then another one for April, another one for May that they haven't canceled yet. I could lose my money on that because I
Yeah,
bought
yeah,
them thinking
yeah.
this was going to be over, but I bought them last year. So,
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to remember when. I think it was before Summerfest last year, when things were starting. COVID was starting to take hold and things were getting canceled. And I'm like, I'm not buying anything in advance anymore. I'm not. I can't.
yeah.
There's not. It's not. You just can't buy anything in advance. Nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do anymore about that. All
Yeah.
right.
So,
Do you
so
want to
yeah,
hear
so
about my Mount Rushmore?
yeah, let's talk about your Mount Rushmore.
All right, so here I am, minding my own business, watching television, as I so
Dave
often
watches
do.
television?
And here comes a commercial. All right. He goes, our great president, after 10 years, was able to bring back fireworks and a show of military support over Mount Rushmore for the first time in 10 years. Fireworks
Okay.
throughout Mount Rushmore, and as a result, the U.S. Collectors Mint has taken a U.S. legal tender $2 bill and enhanced it with the couple at the mountain with fireworks. So here you see a picture on the back of the $2 bill, all in color, with the president, commander in chief. I guess that's why he gets a salute, although he's never, he skipped out of military duty. And at least the first lady has
Let's
her
let,
handle.
let's make this clear. This is Trump and Melania.
Yes, right, right. The past presidents, president, first lady, and here they are, on the back of a colored dude. So this U.S. collector's mint gets to take unused, uncirculated $2 bills right out of the pack, and then
And
they
deface them.
and enhance it.
Deface them.
Yes, yes, an enhanced defacement of it with the barrel. Anyway, it comes with a little thing and everything, a little thing to hold it and everything like that. And while they're talking about it, they go like, "Many Americans would like to see Trump's image added to the memorial."
Which many Americans, besides Donald Trump and
They
Ted
all
Cruz.
they're all on. All of them were at the White House a couple weeks ago,
You mean
storming
at the
it.
Capitol building?
Capitol, I mean Capitol.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all there. Those are all the people that want his face on Mount Rushmore.
Oh, so
And
the
then
seditionists want
yes.
the sedition
So
caucus.
and then it adds at the end, avoid disappointment and future regret. Order now. You avoid disappointment and
I have no
future
regret for not even
regret.
ever seeing the commercial.
Now, normally, what would you say this bill goes at?
Well, it's a $2 bill. It should go for $2.
It's been handsomely defaced.
It's
Been
been
defaced
defaced
enhancedly.
enhancingly. Well, for an enhanced defaced bill, I'd say it's worth about 50 cents.
And I like $2 bills. I do. Whenever they're around, I collect them. I do get them from people. I
Yeah.
like leaving them for tips in the back because people remember you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like people screw, $2 bill.
I
What
hope
did
you're
Billy
giving him
pay
more
me?
than a $2 tip.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay.
It just is in there with it. Um, but but so yeah, so normally $39.99. So $40 for this $2 bill.
For the low price of $39.99.
But you can get them now at especially maybe since the election, $14.95. And you have to, there's first come, first serve. And those that enter earlier get treatment over those that entered later. They had to make that clear. They didn't want somebody thinking that you can wait and put yours in last and you'll still get one. No. They first, last. Oh, okay. All right.
Do you get the
But
feeling that
and only five per caller.
Oh,
So
only
you can
5.
hang
Okay.
up, I think, and then call again. No, if you want another 5.
Probably, and send it to a different address. So, do you get the feeling that maybe they printed a crap load of these thinking that Trump was going to get reelected and then they got stuck holding the bag?
Well, think of it this way: you can buy it for $2 $2 a money, right? It's always worth $2. You just make them as they go. I mean, it can't be. It's like, hey, we got another 10 orders. All right, throw another $20 in the machine. It's like the little coin things
There
you
is the
get at the
shipping, though. They got to
yeah.
ship it.
Well, but that's why you're charging $14.95. But you
Yeah,
can make them as it
it
goes.
costs them $12.50 to ship
It
it.
does ship $1. Well, like I said, there's a certificate of authentication,
Authentication.
yeah, and an envelope to keep it in. Which I don't understand why they don't, really up you to like a $50 one with it all on display in a frame and everything matted nice and everything like that. If you're down to your last $2, there it is, buddy, right there, folks.
Can you imagine somebody down to their last like pack of smokes and they're like, oh my God, I really need to buy cigarettes, and they got 5 of these $2 bills?
Well, you know the movie Better Off Dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my $2. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. This is the only $2 I got. Is President's
Exactly.
enhanced to face $2. They're Mount Rushmore. You ain't getting that from me. I want my $2.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna move on. MoKe's gonna have a moment with bubbles. Wait, do that again, Dave. There he is. Dave's bubbling. All right, so what do we got, Dave?
All right, so I had shown you in one of our earlier shows the little NES box I got that's got 620 games on it, right?
Yeah, that was super
All
cool.
right,
And you
and
showed
I
the
had
little
never
little thing
right.
that said it had 4 million games and it only
Right,
probably has
right, right, right,
17.
right. Right, probably about that. And out of the 620, well, so I've been playing a few of them. Contra's in there. Paperboy, I love Paperboy. There's a Tetris there, and I'm trying to beat myself, my own self on the Tetris, all the Tetris levels that are there, different ones. But I called my daughter. I'd sent her one for her birthday, and I says, "Hey, did you play any of the games? Yeah, it's got Paperboy. We used to like that on my old NES." And she goes, "Our TV doesn't have the red, yellow hookup and red, white." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, we went and looked. It says
Oh, she
they
doesn't have the
have
RCA cables for it?
there's the R no the cables RCA cables coming the hookups in the TV.
Oh, her current TV doesn't have
They don't need
RCA
newer TVs
hookups.
doesn't even give you that anymore." And I was laughing. I go, "Oh man, that bums." And she said, "Well, we'll have to find a way." Yeah, there's got to be a way to adapt it. And I remember back in the old days, and I got to look online. Ryan's going to do that as soon as we hang up here. You used to be able to go through the code.
MyCableMart.com.
Yeah, it goes through cable. You have to put it into a cable, and it goes into the back of TV where your antenna would go. That's how you used to do it back in the day. Two different kind of hookups. The AV,
Yeah.
if your TV didn't have AV because it was so old it hadn't gotten the AV. Now we're to the point where it's too new. It doesn't have the AV, and I'm like,
MyCableMart.com. I'll bet you'll find them on there.
how do you not give a TV that though? Do you know what I mean? It's like, yes, okay, I admit it's the first time I've looked for it and have needed it, but you'd still need that. You should have a yellow. Everybody's got old Super 8 movie cameras and stuff like that you could plug into
Only
them.
old people have that. New people have a
Probably your
phone and a
Shan
Bluetooth
speed.
connection.
What? No. I suppose. Yeah, they'll do the cast or whatever, right? Or
Yep.
the Chromecast.
Chromecast. Yep.
Yeah, and throw it up there that way, right?
Or you can toss it
Uh,
to your Roku or
so,
your Apple
so,
TV.
so yeah, I couldn't even play it on my main television, but I went back. I had an older Sony in my bedroom, and I went in and I went like, yes, it's got
That's awesome.
But I'm like, man, I gotta go find some freaking tube TV to plug this into now.
Oh my God. I remember when we had the Nintendo, we did have it like on a big old, color crap TV. It was a 25-inch. Remember when 25-inch TVs were huge?
I had a 25-inch black and white that the parents gave me when they upgraded to the color and brought it to college. And everybody loved my 25-inch tube. It was just a beast,
A
back
beastie,
then.
yeah.
But I ended up, when I worked at American and tubes were on their way out, I ended up getting a 35-inch Toshiba. And later
Oh,
on,
the big box, the
yeah,
big like
plastic.
refrigerator box.
No, it was a tube TV. It was 35-inch, beautiful. Boy, I'll tell you, tube TVs had a better picture than even these TVs do. But
No,
they're
they
just
don't.
heavy. Yeah, oh boy. And then for brightness and everything. But yeah, so I've had my share of tube TVs and everything like that. But holy smokes, I guess that's funny though that it's just again as quick as things seem like they're new, they're old. I mean, I ran across an article that was in with some stuff I had from 1970s, something, 77, 80, maybe about my high school days. We were talking about the CDs coming out and how this new CD, thing, that uses light to get the music. And, they were trying to explain how it all works to everybody out there,
Right?
which now here we are. It's already gone. Nobody does
Yeah,
CDs.
now
It's
what are we doing? We're going right back to vinyl.
vinyl again, but click and drag. People are still, like we say, get the download of the album and they're just putting it on their phone. My iPod Classic, they don't even support that anymore. I mean, God,
That's
that
because
thing
that
is
damn
10
thing's 20
years.
years old. Give me a break.
10. It's probably 10. 20 years. No, my gosh.
iPod
iPod, but,
Classic? God, that has to be 2003.
oh, is it that old?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh, but I mean, come on. That was like, you'd think that was space age. It's not like it's a Zoom, come on. Oh,
That's funny.
but
Oh
yes,
my goodness.
it's old and I can't let go of it. So here I am, caveman, old guy looking for yellow plug-in video and iPod classics.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be all mad because that old timey thing doesn't work anymore.
It's hard to kick an iPod classic.
God, did you in Guardians of the Galaxy? So I'm gonna do a spoiler. They give him a Zune at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That's
So it's
right.
like
That was a
Zune.
Zoom. That's
Zune
right.
was like the
The worst one of them
it was
all.
the well nobody wanted it. It's like
Right,
yeah.
right, right. There was a commercial that did that too. They said something about they were going back and showing other things that he got for his birthday as he was growing up. And one of the things he opened was a Zoom, like, oh, like, is that a Zoom?
Yeah, the old Zune. Nobody wanted it. All right, so we do have a couple of hip happenings. We'll even give it some bubbles, which you're gonna need bubbles anyway. So people are canceling stuff for Summerfest already. So Halsey has canceled her tour because of COVID. She doesn't want to expose anybody to COVID. And she was going to be a Summerfest headliner. So there's our first Summerfest headliner dropping like a fly. So yeah, I don't know if you had heard of any more.
No, well, there's always got to be a first. Now the dominoes will start to fall.
Probably. And
Didn't they
then
push it back too now? Didn't I just see something? I didn't click on it. Were they maybe pushing back Summerfest again now? Not
that's
from the
interesting.
date.
We'll have to look into that because I didn't see that one. But well, and then we have the big game, the Super Bowl. That's
With
this
no
Sunday.
advertisings, that'll be fun because they're giving all the money to COVID research, which is good. But at the same time, now I'm gonna miss all my reasons for going to see the Super Bowl.
Now, see, I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan, so I will
Oh,
watch it.
yes,
But he's not going to be against Aaron Rodgers. He's not getting against
not
against our
Bell State.
Packers.
Right.
So
But hey, this is. I mean, again, let's talk about it. Brady taking a team from a whole different team, the old guy against the new guy. It's a good matchup. I mean,
oh yeah,
they all want that way.
the future legend against the
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah. Young gun,
dyed
the
in
old
the wool
sheriff. Yeah.
legend. Yeah,
Which is my sheriff is the old one.
yeah. No,
Oh,
I
that's
love Patrick
there
Mahomes.
will be that game will have many things but I was talking to Chrissy about it, and doing my spout off about it. The defense did let us down. They did fire the guy, which that's who I was calling for firing.
Oh,
Uh,
Mike Pettin, I've been calling for him to be
yeah,
fired since
yeah,
October.
yeah. But if you're gonna have to score twice, you might as well try to score 8 points twice, not 3 points once and 6 points the other time. So that fourth and
Yeah.
goal, and I understand, the big difference if they're nine and we had three. He tried to defend it all. We tried 3 times. We didn't even get 1 yard. I was going to try a fourth time. Take the points. Well, you don't do that when you've got only a minute to go against Brady. Brady ain't gonna make those mistakes in 4 downs. He
No.
ain't gonna.
No,
It's
he's
not
not.
gonna happen. And our defense didn't show that they were stopping him because at the fourth, if they knew how to stop him in four, they would have done it at the halftime and not let him score that touchdown when they had him 4th and 3 at midfield and they went and scored a touchdown in what 45 seconds they had there. So
Well,
your
and if you
defense was
look at the
not pants.
Packers, if you look at the Packers history, they're a high scoring team. If you have a team that's scoring that high, nobody should be able to beat them. If you have a good defense, which is why they needed to get rid of Mike Pettin because he's from the McCarthy area, they needed to get rid of Mike Pettin. But then the other thing is they sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times, and that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's
Yeah. No, he was
unacceptable.
way hurried. He was way hurried. In the first half, though, too, Brady and his receivers were grabbing things they never should have grabbed. They were, and again, our defense, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 14, they gave them up each time.
Yeah.
And there were miracle passes, don't get me wrong, but my gosh, those guys were not dropping anything. And in the second half, when they're finally playing like we play, in their main head, every time we turned the ball over, our offense couldn't do it. And so
Well, and let's talk about turnovers. We had 3 turnovers off of Tom Brady
yeah,
and
didn't
didn't
do
make
anything
a
with it.
single point off those turnovers.
Oh,
Imagine if we would have gotten a touchdown
just
on
one
every single
touchdown.
one of those.
Took up more time, everything else. Yeah, it's so there's plenty of blame to go around on this loss, but
Well, we
but
we didn't we didn't lose the game. We beat ourselves. Period.
oh, what's the best quote? We didn't lose the game. We just ran out of time.
No, we beat
Beat
ourselves.
ourselves. We did. We didn't take advantage when we should have. We yeah, it's well, it's and the Bucks are still learning each other.
Is that what they're saying?
Oh yeah, they still. Well, you can really see them starting to gel now. That's what I've been hearing now when they talk to them, and when they're on their 4 game run until they get a 2 game skid, and then then it's what happened again, and Giannis not being able to even hit a free throw anymore, so
What's going on? Who knows? Who knows? Well, let's move on to pearls of wisdom. We'll even give that some bubbles. Come on, bubbles. There we go. I know we're so professional with our bubbles. So, my pearls of wisdom for this week is you cannot always control what goes on outside, but you can always control what goes on inside. Meaning, obviously, we've got the weather. We can't control that, but we can control what we do here. So, you get angry because
in
of
your
things.
brain,
You get
yes.
angry because of things that happen outside. You get angry or upset
Check
about.
up from the neck up.
Yes, yes. So it's
Every
like,
time you
so
point a finger, there's 3 pointing back at you.
there you go. See, Dave's got his own pearls of wisdom there. But yeah, and that's by Wayne Dyer, who's like this. He's like a weird spiritual guy from before, but it is true. It's like, you know, just take care of what goes on here. Don't worry about what's going on out there because we've had enough of that this last. You can't control COVID. You can't control some of the government. You can't control the weather. So just be zen. Control what you got going on inside.
Oh.
Oh. Anything to add, Dave?
No, that sounds. Hey, well, we only had like 7 views last time. We got to figure out a better way to do this.
Dave needs to.
We've thanking more people than are watching now. So I'm going to start taking you guys off the list if you don't start telling other people to. You're not holding up your end with telling 2 people.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about you
I'm
people
not going to
anymore.
thank you anymore.
All right.
No,
That
we have to
being
thank you because they're
said,
probably the only 6 people that are listening.
That being said, we'd like to thank our viewers and listeners. Dave's mom, who might not be watching. My neighbor Pat, who may not be watching.
May or may not be listening.
Along with anyone
may or may
else who
not be
stumbled
listening.
across this.
Marianne may or may not be listening. Chrissy may or may not be listening.
So, along with anybody else who may or may not have stumbled across us randomly, if you like what you're hearing, apparently people don't. You can tell two
I guess
people, and
I'd
they'll
feel
tell two
better if there
people,
was
and
more negative comments, like telling us what to do wrong or why they don't like us.
yeah,
We're
give
not
us some
getting enough
negative comments.
negative comments. So we certainly, because one person says something bad, 10 are saying something nice, and you never hear about it. So I need like 3 negative comments from 3 different people. That means then I'll have 30 people that must be around listening to it.
That's right. So anyway, so subscribe to our YouTube channel, hip.or.critical. You can do you still have the hypocritical page up on Facebook?
Yeah, MoKE still. I didn't change the name. It's
Okay.
just
And
MoKE.
then
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
losing my earpiece here.
MoKE Milwaukee.
MoKE Milwaukee. And then
Milwaukee. MOKE Milwaukee.
and then right here, Alexa MKE. So that's my Twitter. Nobody tweets me anyway. So Dave
Nobody
and I
tweets me
have
with much respect.
Dave and I have lost our dream of becoming internet famous.
Going down. It's going down.
My cat gets more likes on Reddit.
Yeah, but there's lots of things that get buried that one day all of a sudden get, exposed, and we might be just one of those hidden gems. You know what I mean? Just
We are a
wait
hidden
for
gem.
Yeah. It's not been found yet.
No, we haven't. So we love you,
Hey,
Milwaukee.
I think they might have found Jimmy Hoffa. He may be listening.
Jimmy might be. We love you, Milwaukee.
All right, guys.
Bye. We love you. Everybody, stay safe.
Del two.
Wait. I gotta show Dave again. He's giving us double peace signs here. There we go.
Del two.
Bye.